So we're back today to have our conversations with the Justice Integration Services team, JIS, and I know that you've brought some folks with you. Judge, it's good to see you. I'm going to turn this over to Talia in a second, but before I do that, I just want to recognize some council members who've joined us. We have Council Member Bill Pridemore, who is the Metro Council Budget Chair, with us today. We also have Council Member Larry Hager in the back. We appreciate that you all are making time to be here with us. So welcome. We're going to have a conversation about your request. I'm going to turn this over to Talia.
Okay. JIS provides software and technology support to Metro Nashville justice agencies. They have a current budget of $2.4 million and 19 FTEs. They have a very small budget request of about $30,000 and one contingent request should another project be approved. And Natalie, are you going to talk to us? Yeah. I would hand it off to you or to the judge?
Briefly, I'd like to make a little opening statement. Thank you, Madam Mayor, for listening to us, Mr. Riebling and Ms. Lomax O'Neill. I have been chairman of the JIS Policy Committee since 2006, and we have had a number of employees. Our number fluctuates anywhere from the low 20s to the high teens. In keeping with your opening statement, Mayor, about compensating our employees, I would like to bring to your attention that the 19 employees that work for JIS are some of Metro's finest. They are dedicated, they are loyal, they are very talented, and their tasks run from running a simple help desk chore for all JIS agencies, as well as complicated chores such as creating software that results in the crime mapping that you see out of Mr. Howard Gentry's office, or the software for moving violations, traffic tickets that Mr. Rooker uses. So our employees are very adept at what they do. They're very talented, and I wanted to give them a shout out before we got started. And with that, Natalie Steers is our executive director. She's been the executive director for the last 8 years.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes she makes meetings on time, and sometimes she doesn't. Most of the time she's there.
Well, Judge, thank you. I agree about Metro employees. Natalie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
It happened one time in the 14 years that I've been here. And well, thank you very much, Mayor and Mr. Riebling, Ms. Lomax. As Talia said, we do have a request for FY17 that totals $35,000, $5,000 of which is contingent on a 4% request, and I will go through each of these. We are requesting $10,000 for technical training. JIS has been without a training budget now for about 8 years. As you know, as the judge has talked about...
I'm going to stop you there.
Yes.
So tell me what the $10,000 gets me.
$10,000 would get, for instance, in terms of database administrator training or system administrator training, those usually run about 1 week. That would get 2 classes. So they're about $5,000 a class. That does not account for any travel or any lodging or anything like that. That is a $5,000 class.
And we haven't had anybody trained, you said, for 8 years?
We have not had any training money for 8 years. That is correct.
So have we kept up on any of this? Or is this?
We have tried as best we can. They do as much web training as they can. Some of them just go out of town on a weekend and do some training on their own. I mean, they're really...
So this would give us an opportunity to give them some more in-depth training over a longer period of time.
It gives the training that is crucially necessary.
Okay.
Because, like I said, like the judge was saying, we do all of the application enhancements in-house and all of the upgrades, and we don't have any vendor assistance for any of those. So this, in turn, saves Metro a lot of money because all of those Oracle upgrades and application upgrades occur in-house. We have experienced people that do those and a lot of collaboration with all our agencies as we do them. But these upgrades have to happen every so often. Some of them we do because we need to take advantage of new features. But a lot of times we do them because we have to, because the technology is going to be de-supported and we're forced to upgrade what we have. So We have to continue to maintain and support these applications and that the court uses. When you go into the criminal court clerk's office, the public goes into, those are the systems they're relying upon. We also have, as the judge just talked about, a lot of that information is on the web, and that comes directly from these systems to the public. So,
How does that system interface with any other system that is fronting to the public?
The information that is put in, this is a fully integrated system, so we have a lot of different applications. They're tied in to it starts with the police department. We tie in directly to their systems, and then all of the agencies, the criminal court clerk's office, the public defender's office, district attorney, juvenile court, and clerk who were just here, all these systems tie in. And what happens is, for the web specifically, Judge Mondelli just brought up the crime mapping. For instance,
if I'm a citizen, can I see that crime map?
yes, you can. It's on the web. It's on the criminal court clerk's website.
Okay.
We also have affidavits that are on there. You can do criminal history searches. There's a lot of information that is available to the public on those websites, and that information comes directly from the applications that we build, enhance, and support.
Okay, so tell me the software licensing component.
Yes, that is the second request. That is for $20,000. And with that request, the licensing for all software for all of the agencies actually resides in the JIS budget.
Okay, so you're paying for everybody across the board?
Yes, we're paying for everybody across the board. And contractually, those license fees can go up to 5% per year. Okay. And so this year, we're asking for $20,000 to comply with those contractual increases.
Okay.
The final request is the contingent request.
Right. And
that one is for $5,000, and that would be to fund the difference in yearly support for a new backup solution. We have outgrown the current backup solution that we have, and there's a lot newer and more reliable technology on the market today. And because our current system is at end of life, we need to make a request anyhow for a new system. And what we are requesting here in the 4% budget is a new backup system that no longer requires tape and no longer requires a monthly service. So we felt that it would be more appropriate to ask for that kind of system this time around, and it would be stored off-site in Metro as opposed to tapes going off-site.
So what kind of, go ahead.
I was just saying, and does Metro not have capacity in its own system to be the backup system? Do we need to pay for another backup system?
We have explored that. This would be the same type of system that is used by the police department and Metro. It would just be licensing additional. So it would put us using the exact same backup system, but licensing for the additional agencies. So we would actually no longer be on a different backup solution, which is what they used years ago, but we would be on the same one.
And what's the cost of the system?
It's $131,000 is the licensing itself. And then there's equipment costs, but those equipment.
Is that a one-time licensing?
That is a one-time.
131 is right.
And we have the money in the budget for the yearly support because of the support we use today for the backup system that we have. This is just it was just an additional $5,000 for the new system. And the $131,000 is for licensing. There is some equipment cost that is for servers, naturally.
That would bring you in line with the same backup system across Metro?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
So is the equipment a different number on top of the 131? I'm unclear.
I think the entire cost is $228, if I'm correct. That includes the media servers, everything.
Okay.
The licensing 131, the rest for hardware. And that is a one-time cost. Naturally, equipment comes to end of life, but the licensing is one time.
Okay.
there's no one-time cost in this.
No.
I understand what you're saying, but it's,
I'm good.
keeps going.
I'm
I get
good.
it.
Thank you so much. We really
Very
appreciate
good.
y'all making time to
Thank
sit
you
down.
very much.
Thank you so much.